I rebelled against my mother's crazy diet plan and almost gave her an early death. My mother weighed me every morning and forced me to gain or lose weight to match her exactly because she said mothers and daughters should be identical. If I ever weighed less than she did, she'd sob that I was making her look fat. Mom had always been obsessed with us being twins rather than mother and daughter. She'd dress us in matching outfits until I was 16 and tell everyone we were sisters. She kept side-by-side photos on the fridge comparing our bodies and would circle differences with red marker. Growing up, she'd make me eat exactly what she ate, bite for bite. If she was full and I was still hungry, too bad. If I was full and she wasn't, I had to keep eating. She said God gave her a daughter instead of a twin sister so we could choose to be identical. She genuinely believed mothers and daughters sharing a body type was proof of love. When I hit puberty and started developing differently, she completely panicked. For my 14th birthday, Mom bought 2 identical digital scales. Now we can make sure we're perfectly matched, she announced. She stripped down to her underwear and made me do the same. We were exactly 11 pounds apart. She grabbed my shoulders and said, 11 pounds of betrayal between us. Starting that day, we had mandatory morning weigh-ins. She'd weigh herself first, then watch while I stepped on mine. The number determined everything about my day. If I was 2 pounds under, she'd force-feed me peanut butter until I gagged. If I was 1 pound over, I'd get nothing but ice cubes and laxatives. My body stopped feeling like mine. She'd grab my stomach and arms, comparing them to hers, pinching any differences. This roll doesn't match mine, she'd say, marking it with a pen. She made me wear her clothes to see where they fit differently and would cry about the gaps or tight spots. School became my only escape, but she'd pack my lunches based on morning weigh-ins. Teachers noticed me throwing away weight gain shakes or eating nothing but celery. When the nurse called about my erratic eating, Mom convinced her we were on a medically supervised diet plan together. She showed fake documents from a nutritionist who was actually just her friend from college. The worst part was how my body rebelled. I'd lose or gain weight rapidly from the constant changes, which made Mom more frantic. She bought a hospital bed scale and installed it in my bedroom so she could do midnight checks. If our weights had diverged while sleeping, she'd wake me up for emergency feeding or purging sessions. Then I discovered I could hide ankle weights in my pajamas for morning weigh-ins. The ability to secretly add or take away a couple pounds as needed was life-changing. For 2 months I felt human again. I ate lunch with friends instead of calculating how it would affect our synchronization. But the ankle weights left marks, and Mom noticed during one of her body comparison sessions. She grabbed my ankles and found the weights taped inside my socks. "You've been lying about your weight?" she shrieked. "You've been walking around making me look fat?" I told her I was done with the scales and the matching and the insanity. I said normal mothers didn't force their daughters to be physical clones. She slapped me and said I was the abnormal one for having a different body. That night I called my dad who'd divorced her years earlier and begged him to let me live with him. But Mom went into a complete meltdown when Dad picked me up. She filed emergency custody papers claiming he was enabling an eating disorder. She told the judge I was anorexic and needed her supervision to survive. She brought our weight charts as evidence of her medical care. She convinced her sister to testify that I'd always had food issues and Mom was saving my life through structured eating. Mom started showing up at Dad's house with weight gain shakes demanding I drink them on the porch. When I refused, she'd pour them on herself and take photos claiming I'd assaulted her. She called my school saying I had a dangerous eating disorder and needed to be weighed by the nurse daily. She even broke into Dad's house and replaced all my clothes with ones in her size, leaving notes saying, "For when you come back to our perfect weight." Eventually, Mom's obsession turned on her. Without me to synchronize with, she started rapidly gaining and losing weight trying to match what she imagined I weighed. Her sister found her passed out from dehydration after days of fasting because she sensed I'd lost weight. The hospital found severe malnutrition and organ damage from years of extreme dieting. They put her on psychiatric hold when she kept asking nurses to weigh her daughter who wasn't there. During treatment, they found journals where she'd been planning to surgically alter both our bodies to be truly identical. The court gave Dad full custody, and Mom was ordered into long-term care.